Anywho, from the beginning, I retouched the pistol. Hello dudes and dudettes. With the release of Into the Radius 2 1.0, I figured it might be about time that I updated my how to mod Into the Radius 2 guide. It's been a while. Not that much have changed, so we are gonna make an update video here. Because I've been asked to do a shit ton of different mods, and I really do not have the time for it. So I'm gonna show you how to do it yourself. First, you're gonna need FModel. We've been over that in the last one. You are gonna need the latest version of the mapping file, which the real Mad Martian has been so graciously kind to release on Into the Radius 2 Nexus page. So you can go in there and get it. Otherwise, you'll usually be able to find it on the Into the Radius official Discord. Once you've gotten the mapping file, by default it is turned off, and you need that for some titles, including Into the Radius 2. You don't need it for the first Into the Radius, but it doesn't matter. But once you've gotten it, into settings and in general, you find the local mapping file. It is disabled by default, so you just click onto enabled, and then you point this one mapping file path to the mapping file you just got. Once you've done that, you will gain access to Patreon files. You can access them before you get the mapping file, but you can't open any of them. Now, the one you need is the Patreon 0 Windows.eu talk. So double click that one, you go into the Radius 2 content. That is where everything happens. Now, if you need to mess with textures and data tables, you find that in Into the Radius 2 primarily. In art for the texture stuff and the models, and data tables that's inside the configurations. Anywho, that is not what we're gonna mess with now. We are gonna mess with the hop music, so I'm gonna take sound, I'm gonna find music, hop music, and an easy way to test it is, first of all, you can look here, see what kind of file it is. I mean, if you look at it, it's just .eu as it is. Okay. In time, you pretty much know what is what, but it doesn't matter. It is much easier now that FModel has updated its interface. Just look here and you can see it's actually a sound wave. The sound waves we can mess with. What we need is the hop 4 traps. That's a big chunky fella. And then, perfect. Unlike a lot of the other files where you can just right click on the file itself and then just say save. If I click save audio here, music, music, oh yeah. Binghead files, you can work with that, but it's pretty fucking tedious and you need plugins and stuff to actually make that work. It is much easier to just export it in the right format. So when you click it, you can also click more to make an entire list, and then you can just say playlist. Otherwise, if it's just a single track, you just click save, and then you can select where to save it, which is pretty freaking awesome. Everything else that you export is put inside the path of where the file itself is. So. But in this case, we can actually choose it ourselves. If you use the same playlist though, it is gonna use the standard path. Double click this fucker. Works perfectly. For every music, sound file, whatever, you wanna test out the original, the one you're trying to replace. You wanna make sure that you are at the same level of decibels as the original one. I'm just gonna play this for a bit, and it's actually trying to use my speakers right now, and they're turned off for your sake. But if we look here, it's about at maximum on a -3 decibel, which is decent. You do not want to go up and hit the 0 here, because then you're gonna risk clipping inside the game. Anyway, we can see that's about a -3. Now I'm gonna find my own banger music. So I have all of these. So I'm just gonna click solo on this one. Let's hear it. That looks awesome. And we are, I'm gonna just turn it off. I think this is about the loudest part. So I wanna check that to see if it doesn't clip. Oh, it's kind of in the danger zone. So I do want to take it down, maybe just a single decibel, just to be on the safe side. Oh, it's cool. And then I'm gonna do that for all of the files I want to use, just to make sure that everyone is within the same audio range. This is perfect. Every one of them has been adjusted. So now we're gonna export it. And to do that, I'm gonna make sure that when this track ends, this one is gonna pick up. We are gonna export audio, export to computer, thank you. It needs to have the exact same name as the original file that you are replacing. So that's very important. And you want to make sure to export the entire project so you get all of the files put together as one. So yes, beautiful. Sweet. Now for the next one, the next part. This is the bit that has actually changed a bit since my last guide video. Now you are gonna need you need the Unreal Engine, and for that Epic Games. I mean, I showed that in the last guide, so you know where to find that. Anywho, you are gonna need the Unreal Engine 5.54. So if you do not have that, you can press engine version and you can find it here and then install it. We're gonna make a new project, so we go into games. We make sure it's blank because we don't need a template of any kind for this sort of stuff. You make sure that starter content is turned off because you really don't need it and it's just gonna take up a lot of space. Now we are gonna call this Epic Hub Music. Oh. Yeah, that is awesome. Perfection. We are gonna copy the folder structure from to the path of the original file exactly as it is. So you go from the content folder and forward, because as you can see here we have the content folder. So we are gonna mark that, and we're gonna click here in folder, and we're gonna call that sound. Once you've done that, you see we have content, sound, music, hub music, content, sound, music, hub music, perfection. We are gonna put our modded file in here, and it's gonna take a bit because it's pretty huge. And then you can see, well, everything is just peachy. It works. Awesome. Anyway. We go back into content. We are gonna right click. We are gonna take miscellaneous, data asset. We scroll down a bit, primary asset label. So select, and we're gonna call that label. No, I don't think you need to call it label, but I prefer to keep things orderly. I'm just gonna call this one hub music. Now, this is priority 1, and chunk ID, as far as I know, it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna call this one 3000 because that's awesome. As far as I know, it has to be above 1000 but below 5000. But other than that, you take your pick, it doesn't matter. And then we take always cook. This is where it differentiates a bit. Now apply recursively and label assets. We are not gonna use that, not anymore. That was back in the old days when we didn't know much. Now we are gonna put this in here in explicit assets. This is the mod file I just created. I just drag and drop that into explicit assets here, and we can see it here. Now, this means that when I cook this project, it is gonna make a pack chunk file with the ID of 3000, and it is gonna contain the assets within here. I'm gonna show you another one in afterwards. Might paint a better picture. But this is both really annoying and also extremely nice at the same time, because you are able to make a pretty big project and split it up into as many parts as you want. Now, this is my weapons overall, and I made this list to not confuse myself, because in the end you're just gonna have a pack chunk with the ID files, and you're like, okay, what the fuck is that then? Because like, as you can see, I've made a bit. This is the one project that has all of these labels with all of these pack chunk IDs. So that's a lot to keep track of. We go down into packaging settings, and we are gonna make sure that use pack file, use IO store is checked. Then we're gonna check generate chunks. You should actually just be able to close this down and package the project, but for some reason it doesn't understand what the fuck to do, even though we told it to always cook. It doesn't do that. I'm just gonna take that a bit. Now under packaging, now click these off. You are gonna open up advanced. You're gonna go down a bit, and we are gonna find cook everything in the project content directory. Yes, that is gonna cook everything. And I mean, as far as I know, it only takes a bit longer to the first time you do that. Every subsequent packaging doesn't take very long, but that doesn't matter. But you make sure this one is clicked, otherwise it's not going to generate the chunks. Anyway, you go into platforms, Windows, shipping. Now it's set up. You can make as many labels as you want, you can put in as many files as you want. You don't have to do all of that one more time, because it is set up as it is supposed to. So all subsequent changes, you just go make the changes and then Windows package project. We select the project folder itself and just press select folder. Now it's done, and once it has packaged the project, you go into your Unreal Projects folder. Into the radius you find, oh yeah, I made this myself. It's better, yeah, keep things in order. Makes it a lot more easy when you make mods for more than just one game. Otherwise, you just go into Unreal Projects, you find your project, which is in this case the Epic Hub Music. Then go into Windows, the project folder name, content, packs, and lo and behold, there it is. Now we are gonna rename this. You can select all three, rename. And we're gonna call this, yeah, Epic. Shut the fuck up. That's Fat Fingers. Hub Music _P. You can call it whatever you want, as long as you remember that underscore capital P. Now, copy that, and let's locate R into the radius folder. Now into the radius 2, content, packs, mods. Yes. And I'm just gonna put it in here. Awesome. Let's go see if it works. Fuck yeah! Oh yeah! Oh, that is awesome. What the hell? I fucking love it. The last time I made one of these guide videos, one of the issues was that it didn't take very long, then they upgraded the engine version. I don't think they're gonna do that this time, but you never know. Anyway, if that happens, and you want to mod something else, one very easy way to tell what engine version it is. Well, okay, it actually said it right there. File version 5.54. It doesn't always tell it there. I mean, not as far as I know. So you can go into properties, and then under details, you can see the file version there as well. And then you know that it is Unreal Engine 5.5.4. There you have it. And if it gets updated and stuff and things doesn't work, you can go in. Ah shit, they just updated the engine, and then you adjust the engine version in the selector. You can just go in and change that to whatever version it is. And then of course remember the mapping file. Now, I just wanted a last thing. I'm pretty sure it makes sense and I kind of covered it, but I figured I might as well just show it. So I just opened up the Unreal Engine. Okay, I'm just going to take that from the top. Now, Unreal Engine, yes, thank you. And it takes a little bit, not too long, fortunately. We are going to find the Epic Hub Music, the project I just made, and I'm going to open that up. And as you can see, it doesn't take nearly as long as the first time. I mean, it goes pretty quick. Now, this is up now, and yeah, then you just locate the file you want to change up. And of course, I'm going to change it up with something exactly the same name and everything. I'm not sure it actually understood that. No. Oh, it did. It just took a while. Okay, but you can see that small star. It means stuff and things have changed and it hasn't been saved yet, but that's a pretty good indicator of it having been changed. Now, because I already did the label, I already did the setup and everything, this is all I need to do for this mod at least. So just go in, package it, and yes, the same as before. And a little while later, we are gonna have some new packaging 3000s. And because I renamed the other one in here, I still have the original mod I made with the, I just renamed it because I want to make sure I know what genre it is, but it's still there. So now I just renamed this one, and perfect, golden. I have an alternate version of the first mod I made. And if I made mistakes or I want to change something, I mean, if it was a texture mod, it's too dark or whatever, it is so easy to just open up, put the stuff in, package, and then rename, put it into the game folder, and you just go from there. Easy as pie. Now that's just what I wanted to show you here in the end, and I hope you enjoyed. I hope you are gonna make some cool stuff. Stay awesome, dudes. See ya.